What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome back to MKO Boxing, aka MKO Pugilism, where we talk all things box. Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube, follow on TikTok, all that good stuff. So, the British summer is well and truly upon us. And as of today, I heard the announcement and I saw the poster, and it appears that the rematch between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn is going to be on. And we don't have all that long to go. According to the poster and the Ring magazine and all that, it's actually going to take place 1 week after Canelo versus Crawford, and that will be on Saturday, September the 20th. So yeah, it's not all that long. It's just July. We're basically in July, and then August, and then that's it. So you're talking around 8-10 weeks away now. So yeah, so the rematch is on. For me personally, I think I suppose for I would say from Chris Eubank Jr.'s point of view, I think from his side this doesn't make sense for him to do, because I think he clearly struggles at the weight. He clearly struggles to make 160 at this point. We all saw the sauna suit and all these measures he went to make the weight, to make 160, and got in trouble with the board for that. And I think from his perspective, it doesn't really make too much sense. And I think not only the weight making aspects, but also I think the fact that he won the first fight is that's another reason why, from Chris Eubank Jr.'s perspective, I don't think this really makes much sense, because he could be getting on with things at super middleweight, trying to get up to, perhaps get into a world title fight at super middleweight, something of that nature. I mean, they've talked about Canelo before. I'm not sure how viable that is, and obviously Canelo's got the small matter of Terence Bud Crawford ahead of him. And I think, yeah, so from Eubank Jr.'s perspective, for me, this doesn't make much sense. But I would say from Conor Benn's perspective, it makes a bit more sense, because obviously Conor Benn could come back and had, what's in it for him is he can go in there and try and get the win. And if he does get the win, then that's great. Then that's 1-1, and who knows, we could be looking at a trilogy. But I think, yeah, overall, this fight for me is more, it makes more sense, I suppose, purely from a commercial point of view and from a business point of view. I think boxing wise, it doesn't make much sense, because they're a few weight divisions apart, and Conor Benn's sort of not even a massive 147 pounder, and Eubank Jr. is like around 168. So yeah, it doesn't really make sense from that point of view. But I think, yeah, obviously the reason they're doing this fight is because obviously the first one did very, very well commercially. You had the drama of Chris Eubank Sr. dismissing the fight and then turning up in the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, the door opening, the whole crowd at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium going absolutely bonkers. So I think, yeah, from a commercial standpoint and from a business standpoint, this makes a lot of sense, because look, both guys, they'll bring the drama. I don't think you could really top what happened last time, but I think as far as the sort of casual audience, people that are not necessarily hardcore boxing fans, but people who enjoy the drama of the whole thing, who enjoy the show, I think this sold very, very well the last time. So for me, I believe that's the whole reason behind the second one, because I think other than that, there's not really much in it. I think you're going to get the same result of probably Chris Eubank Jr. taking it again, but I think if there are those weight stipulations once again, then I think you could give Conor Benn a slight chance, because I think, Chris Eubank Jr. to do the same thing again, he could be drained, and that could be very detrimental to him. But I think, yeah, it's one of those where from a boxing standpoint, I don't think it makes much sense, because we've already seen them fight once. It was a bit of a novelty. There are several weight divisions apart, so we don't really need to see it again. Um, but since it makes commercial sense and business sense, and it will make a fortune. I believe it's booked for Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and you're talking around, I want to say, 65,000 people that are going to be in there. So I think, and it done very well on the pay-per-view side of things. So it's one of those where since the first one done very well, commercially, lots of buys, massive gate. It made millions, and the fighters made millions. So obviously that's why it's happening. I personally don't really want to see it again. I'd rather see both guys just move on in their respective divisions and try to do their best in their divisions. Eubank at super middle, Conor Benn at welter, or light middle, preferably welter, but he'd have to probably have something at sort of light middle and then work his way down. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on it. I think, yeah, the second time round it will be exciting, but not as exciting as the first one. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think we need to see this rematch? Do you think it's necessary, or do you, like me, think the first one was enough and they should just go their separate directions? I mean, ultimately, we'd have to say that really it doesn't matter what we think, because once Turkey Al Sheikh shows them the bag, they're not going to get more money fighting anyone else anywhere else. So I suppose that's kind of, nailed it down. That's what it is. So it looks like we're going to get it September 20th. Not something I particularly wanted, but something that I no doubt will be tuning into. So let me know your thoughts, and until next time, it's MKO Boxing, over and out.